All right, now let's get a sense of activities on the AFEX Commodities Exchange for the week ended July 11th. We have join us right now, Femi Kende, analyst, structuring and origination at AFEX. Join us from our Abuja studio. Great to have you, Femi.
I'm happy to be here, Laddie.
Yeah, so let's have a rundown of market activities on the exchange.
So for the week, we actually saw a significant decline in the level of activities on the exchange in terms of the total turnover, the volume traded, and the number of deals. The total turnover fell by about 91% as contracts valued at 660 million were executed for the week. The volume traded declined by 84% week on week as 1.9 million contracts was executed for the week, while the number of deals declined by 47% week on week as 308 deals were executed this week. For the financial indexes on the exchange, we saw the AFEX commodity index increase marginally by about 0.50% week on week, and the AFEX export index increasing marginally, significantly by about 2.72% to close the week at 194 basis points. In terms of the volume traded across commodities, we saw maize accounting for a significant bulk of the volume traded, seconded by paddy rice, cocoa, soybean, sorghum, and cashew. In terms of commodities prices, cocoa was the top gainer for the week, increasing by about 22% to close the week at 1,198 naira per contract. Paddy rice closed the week with a 23% increase week on week to close the week at 279 naira per contract. Maize closed the week with a 2.64% decline, closing the week at 219 naira per contract. All other prices on the exchange remained the same. For more information about our reports, you could visit our website, which is africanexchange.com, or you could follow us on our social media handles, which are AFEX at Nigeria, AFEX Nigeria, or COMEX by AFEX.
To see maize getting all that volume attention on the exchange. All right, thank you so much, Femi Kane, the analyst structuring origination at AFEX. Thank you. All right, now let's take the conversation further, ensuring that the cocoa smallholder farmers were the sole owners and genesis of the Nigeria cocoa value chain. And most times, those who go through various challenges get adequate resources, certification needed to boost their cocoa production. That's what we're focusing today. We have Commodities Raji, MD, AFEX, AFTL, join us. Great to have you, Commodities. Hello, Commodities, can you hear me?
Yeah. Barka de Salah to you.
Barka de Salah to you too. Barka de Salah. So, having been in communication with these smallholder farmers firsthand, what are the main challenges faced by cocoa farmers, and what do you think is the way forward to helping them?
Yeah, thank you very much, Laddie. From inception, as a country, we could recollect very vividly that our major forex earnings used to be from agriculture, and cocoa especially, during the early days of Nigeria. And from time, the problems has always been aging crops or aging trees, soil management, disease, pests, and another thing is the pricing. That is pricing of cocoa. Cocoa is localized, and the primary production is centered around West Africa countries, and but the international pricing is still out of Africa, and we rely solely on this. So what we are doing as a company is this. Recently, we launched a 1 million cocoa seedling, cocoa tree seedling, and this was disbursed to cocoa farmers across the crop producing areas in Nigeria. This is just to help rejuvenate the aging cocoa trees and to ensure that farmers are getting a value for all their effort that they are putting in. These cocoa trees that were disbursed to farmers are early maturity cocoa that can do fast in less than 2 years, and farmers can start earning something. This is in phases, because if you need to have to take everything out at once, that simply means that farmers will be out of getting any income. Cocoa farmers will be out of getting any incomes in the next 18 to 20 months. But what we did is doing it in phases, and at the same time, we are working with this farmer to get them the right type of education so that they can do apply the right form of extension and agronomy into whatever they produce on soil management and addressing the needs of the cocoa plantation.
Quite interesting. And Nigeria is known to export more than 90% of its cocoa as cocoa bean. Do you think it's best? Obviously, it's not the best value for the commodity because we could actually make more actually exporting chocolate. What can we do better here?
Yeah, that's so correct. But we just need to drive back and say, okay, how many chocolate producing companies do we have in Nigeria? What's the volume of cocoa we produce in Nigeria? How do we put a concerted effort to this to make sure that whatever is being produced can get a value add locally in Nigeria? It will be surprising to note that not less than 95% of those farmers that work day in, day out in producing cocoa bean have never seen chocolate or talk less of eating or having a bite on chocolate. And the value for chocolate is far higher than whatever effort they are putting for in producing cocoa. It is not the best approach because whatever you are exporting raw out of any nation doesn't have any value to it, because raw production is just being you producing and at the mercy of those that had little or small value onto it, and they'll sell at a premium. But what we are doing now is this. We run our farmer through certification, which can earn them more income. And this sustainability certification is targeted at farmers, ensuring that they have the best agronomic practices. They ensure that there is zero child labor and some other things, applying the right type of fungicide, herbicide, soil management, disease and others from the beginning. It's a bottom-top approach that can only take us out of this. That is, we ensure that these farmers that are producing cocoa get the right education, get the right type of agronomy, get the right type of seedlings, and ensuring that they do the right application at the right time. So during the harvest period, they get a premium for whatever they produce, regardless of whatever price is being celebrated anywhere in the world. For the fact that they are going through sustainability, going through some certification, they get a premium, and this will definitely encourage the farmers to go back to farms and be able to produce more. What we did recently was to first make sure that we mapped our farmers and their farmland, their location, check their families and background, so that we'll be able to provide a solution to whatever need they are looking at. And at the same time, we all know that the issue of deforestation and others, not allowing farmers to go into the reserve area, it cannot be attained or achieved by only one company. And that's why we are collaborating with some partners to ensuring that farmers get the right type of education, do the right thing at the right time, and be able to access the right type of market. So in AFEX, we've been able to provide like 3 platforms for farmers where we can ensure that they get the right type of market intelligence and be able to sell at a premium, get access to market at the right time, get access to storage at a very cheap price, and being able to get the right type of education, access to financial services at the right time, so that they can go back to farm. They are not thinking of leaving their villages, their farmland, to look for any job anywhere. And deliberately, we ensure that we give them the right type of orientation to ensure that their own children are not just sitting back in their houses or working on out-of-age type of tasks and activities on the farm. We ensure that, that their children are in school at the right time, and ensuring that they get the right type
quite a lot AFEX is quite a lot AFEX is doing there. But you know, we've been into production of cocoa for a while now with very low need for certification. Tell us more, you know, about these certifications and the value it brings to you know, the activities.
So thank you, Ladi, again. The issue of certification is a deliberate and concerted effort that we are pushing so that our farmers will always have reasons to be able to continue what their preoccupation is and what they have been living their life on from inception. And that is to say, we take the farmers from the norm of just tilling the land and wait and see, oh, this is not doing, I notice a green, I notice an epiphyte or neophyte on my crop, and I don't know the next best thing. So what we do on this lane is that we met with farmers, put them in cooperatives, and ensuring that this cooperative understand the dynamics of being in a group and meet regularly. One, the reason for the meeting is for them to share a lot of intelligence about the market, and at the same time to have one or two knowledge about what is happening in the international market and both at the local market. And this is done because we all know that there's a premium out there for any farmer that is certified for whatever they are producing. And we move them from that level, being a cooperative, ensuring the right type of agronomy, applying the right type of herbicide, insecticide, or fungicide on the farm that are certified by international partners or international processors who are in need of this type of cocoa bean. And this would definitely drive them to closer to these people and them getting a value for what they do. And at the same time, what we do now is to ensure that there's a traceability line to whatever anybody is taking, coming from AFEX, especially on the cocoa side and some other edibles. And this is to say that you getting a bag of cocoa from AFEX, you'll be able to, with the QR code attached on the bag, you'll be able to check from which warehouse is aggregating this, which farmer is putting one or two effort into producing it, and ensuring that the farmers are getting the right type of pricing. And this right type of pricing will definitely go a long way. Because according to what survey, what farmers got at the end of the day, especially for cocoa farmers, is still less than 60% of the cost of their effort in producing this a bag. So by this, with this effort of traceability and sustainability with certification, farmers are getting more income, and at least they'll be able to move up the ladder from the bottom of the pyramid up a bit to be able to live a better life. Economic-wise, they are better, but the approach is bottom-top. We start with the farmers, get them the right type of education, give them the right type of seedlings that can move up and germinate very faster, that can grow faster and can start yielding. And you know, the aging crops are systemically being taken off the farm and being replaced by new crops, and that will definitely increase their yield. So when the yield is increased, there's a definite result that is coming out. That is, they get a better value for all the effort. So you reduce the number of time you spend on the farm in trying to mitigate against pests and climate change, because the seed and crops are new. And at the same time, the yield is far better, which is better for them too. And at the end of the day, they get the value for it. What we do, and add up to this, is ensuring that there is a very good quality in-house monitoring system. Okay. That we have field extension, who are versatile with the nature, with the agric nature and economy in our local producing areas, and ensuring that they meet with farmers, they mentor them, and ensure they mentor them and continue to engage them to get a better result.
Right, quite a lot you guys are doing over there. It'd be great to see, you know, value added to our cocoa at some point. Thank you so much, Kamaldeen Raji, MD, AFEX, AFTL. It was great having you on the program. Well, take a moment now.
Thank you so much.